Now, you remember last year, Ebinuma failed in this first match. He was thrown by Kang Magdadelv. We're going to see here if he can get the Japanese team on pace, fighting Ang Ball. Ebinuma goes in for Seoinage, drops in again. On picks up the first penalty. Now he goes in for his Seoinage. Ebinuma looks at Ouchigari. Goes in for Seoinage. And does a good job of sprawling out, defending against any Newaza. Think about it, Ebinuma went out early in the individuals. This is his chance for a medal from these World Championships.
And Bowell picked up a second penalty there for passivity. Obviously the first warning didn't have the desired effect. Hasn't been able to generate the kind of offense that would keep him from picking up a second. So there it is on the board now. 2 penalties against the South Korea.
Ebinuma did well to prevent that from being a score move. Just as he is on the way over his back, he's able to twist his body about 170 degrees. See, he puts his hand down, gets his head down.
Yeah, maybe just the head and the hand, enough to stop him from going over. Just wasn't quite enough at the end of that for Anbao to come up.
Sotogari. Didn't score. See, that was kind of a half-hearted effort there. I'm sure on ball went all out, but Ibinuma goes in for Seoinage. Ibinuma gets called for a false attack there. So now it's just one penalty with 30 seconds. A penalty between them. Big move there by An. Totally committed, but he lost his grip. Ibinuma goes in for Seoinage. An goes in for his own. 10 minutes. Ibinuma's going to pull him over into Newaza. And now just 5 seconds on the clock. Ibinuma goes in for this last Seoinage, and he's done his job. The difference, just one penalty, a really hard-fought match. They really went head-to-head. This is a key contest because in the next two, I think I would pick Nagase for Japan and the following one, Guak for Korea. Nakia Riki going down into Stemiwaza. And again, this time keeps with the Tomoe-nage. Unable to cartwheel off of that. Already 2 attacks by White. He rolls in for Seoinage. It was the 3rd attack by Nakia Riki, so An receives the first penalty. This time it's An who goes in with Seoinage. An looking for a little kosoto there. The Tomonage attempt there. So Nakariki just trying to keep looking busy here. See if he can draw the passivity penalties against An, and so far he succeeded on 2 occasions. An turns in for Seoinage. And just like Eminuma, Nakariki was able to use his arm and his head to rotate off of that.
He's lucky that he came down on the other side.
Yes, otherwise
because if he'd come down on the other side, he would have bridged.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely sure that he was not bridging there, but not in the a conventional way.
He wasn't showing any back.
If he had, he'd have been off. And had him trapped up there with that effort. Almost came up with the score.
That Seoinage looked very, very dangerous.
As opposed to that one, which never really got started. No.
So he's trying to roll in there, but I don't know if Nakariki's selling it. Sure enough, he's not. He picks up a penalty for a false attack. 2 minutes left, plenty of time. You could see in the background Nagase pacing.
It's not attractive from Nakaya at the moment, is it? And it's not desperate, but he's searching for something, and he's not finding it.
Well, he's the one guy. I mean, when he goes into Stemiwaza, he means to do it because that's one of his best techniques. But sometimes it doesn't look very good when he does it. There he looked for Uchimata. And he drops in again there for Tomoe. This time kicking in the second foot. Dropping in 1-2. Just can't control the arms. Allows An to sort of cartwheel out of that. An goes in for Seoinage. This time he scores, and I believe that was a bridge.
You know, first time didn't get there. Second time he got off it. Third time
it's a Wazari, but I think
okay.
Nakia bridge there. Let's take a look here.
Oh, it's not. That's not our angle. Yeah, that wasn't our angle.
I think they're going to take another look at this.
Yeah. And the Koreans know it. South Koreans are jumping up and down because they know it. Yeah.
They just call it Ippon.
Yep. Sung Dae-nam was getting a little bit nervous there. Kim Jae-bum in the stands. And Chang Rim takes that one and ties things up 1-1.
So those Monday morning judo coaches are going to wonder why didn't they put Ono in there instead of Nakayariki?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Still not the best angle. This is probably it here. Just look at the legs here. Yeah.
Right, that was a bridge, wasn't it? Not just an Ippon, but...
Yes, he does. You can see it from the leg position, the shape of the legs.
The arch.
Yeah, you get the arch, and that's it.
He knows it.
Pretty good score anyway.
Yeah. Good throw. Couldn't stop it.
No.
His head goes down, legs, arch.
Reasonable case for Ippon anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think he got the Ippon whether he got the arch in or
Yeah,
not.
exactly. Yeah.
Now brings up Lee Seng-soo against Nagase Takanori. So at this point, Japan's got one world champion in, and then Korea has a world champion the next fight. So you would assume that these two would win, split the difference, and it would come down to the heavyweights.
Which would make a nice little end to this team championship final. I wonder if that's the way it will work out.
Or you could have the two non-world champions win. Suzuki Keiji looking on. Nagase picks up the first penalty. And Lee had stepped out there. So now it's all even at a penalty apiece. Nagase going for Uchi. We started out with that Uchimata, then turned to Uchi. I'm not sure if that was a counter by Lee that started moving that way.
Yeah, he looked as though he was shaping for that, but couldn't bring it off. I think he was still dealing with the attack. Wasn't in the best position for the counter. Oof. Just a little bit further to the left. A little bit more pull. In a way, Kose wanted a penalty for what he thought was a false attack. Good gripping from Nagase, making it difficult for Lee to...
Certainly getting the leg in there for the Uchigari, and he works at... That was a Hizaguruma, I think, versus Sasai. There he goes, oh, Uchigari.
And on to his front, there'll be no score there. Some of the Korean team finding it hard to look. Difficult to watch. Lee has picked up a second penalty.
Like Nagase was trying to work that Sankaku Osai Koi. Seen a couple of those this week. This is a real nail biter, this one. We're into that less than a minute stage. I was going to say either he's going to get credit for the attacks or he's going to get hit for a false attack. Looks like it's going to be neither. Just a single penalty between the two of them. Nagase likes his position. Colomate. Nagase's gonna ride him out here, Newaza. So just like Ebinuma, it comes down to this single Shido. It's going to bring Nagase through. Or should. We have 1 second left. Now Guok's got to work on getting the Koreans back into this, South Koreans back into this match.
This is it then, David. Guok Donghan, Yoshida Yuya, and a must-win situation for the South Koreans.
This is a real challenge for Yoshida. He's trying to beat the current world champion. First Shido goes to Yoshida, grabbing inside the cuff. Yoshida try to work some kind of one-handed Uchimata. And goes in for Tomonage. Guak just jacking up Yoshida a little bit here. Neither one of them yet can get the sleeve grip. Yoshida finally gets a grip and gets broken by Guak. Penalty apiece. So less than 2 minutes. It's now South Korea ahead, courtesy of that second penalty to Japan. Yoshida goes flying there with Uchimata, but he doesn't have the sleeve, so. As the clock runs down, less than a minute left. Yoshida tries for the double hand Seoinage. Guak works on some newaza. This time is on his side.
Took about 15 seconds off the clock there, after that failed effort from Yoshida. Half a minute left to go. Can't afford an error now.
Yoshida almost gets...
Lucky to turn onto his front. Yeah, it was a good effort.
Well, Yoshida didn't have the other arm. I mean, so that allowed Guak to spin out of that. Caught the foot. Had him going backwards. Just couldn't control.
Yoshida throwing everything at it now. 6 seconds to go.
Too late.
Guak gets both hands on his opponent, but Guak remains on his feet.
And the drama builds.
It's not a lot to ask, is it, that we should come to the last contest and it will be 2-2. That's, you know, par for the course, isn't it? A bit of tension in there, bit of drama. Right, it wasn't pretty, but it was absolutely necessary and vital that Guak won that contest. And he just squeezed past Yoshida to bring the scores level. 2-2 then. We've got the big men to sort it out. It's Ojitani Takeshi of Japan up against Kim Sung-min of South Korea.
Last year, Japan was in this position against Russia, and Inoue Kosei picked Shichinohei. Now, it all rests on Ojitani. And for Korea, Kim Sung-min.
Nice grip here that Kim's got. See if he can use it now. Ojitani shapes to go over on the right side. It doesn't. Kim is sizing that side up himself. Is yet to launch. A little push of the knee and push of the right hip. Flexing himself as he prepares to go over there. But that's all that happens. It's just a flexing of muscles without any action.
I'm just looking for that one moment of Kazushi to spring.
Comes that grip again from Kim.
Kim's got Ojitani pretty deep.
Yeah, Ojitani going inside and
Ojitani goes for a big Osoto.
Almost.
The exact same position he was against Kawakami in the 2014 All Japans. Ojitani looking perhaps for Sasai. God, the tension, the drama. And Kim gets the only Shido in this case. Kim comes out aggressive. Pounces on Ojitani. You can feel that extra gear.
That's when Kim has got his best chance, when Ojitani's on the move. As long as he leaves him standing still,
Look at it.
it'll be hard to bring down. Much better when he's got him moving.
Ojitani's got to get attack in himself. He goes for the big Osoto.
Couldn't come up with a counter. Kim is shaping for the counter, then lost contact with the hands. A little over a minute left to go.
Oh, it's a nice exchange there. Kim moves, get Ojitani.
Has he got the arm here? Doesn't look like it. Well, if Kim's clever, he'll go flat out here. Cho Guam screaming for them to give Ojitani a Shido for passivity. He's going wild, wasn't he, Cho? Nothing else for it. Flat out. You can't catch him. Then the other thing that could happen is that he'll be given a passivity penalty.
All right, 1 minute left.
Got to be first here as Kim put the pressure on, and now a big attack.
Mojitani can prevent this. Mojitani goes for a Sasai.
Where's the big attack? The pulling around's not doing it.
Mojitani goes for a big Osoto. Kim comes big over the top. Kim goes for his big Osoto. It collapses.
Get up now.
Ojikani can go to work
Can't
there.
stay there.
8 seconds.
This is it now. One last attack. Throw everything at him. He wasn't able to come up with enough big attacks. Kim. Ojitani held him off. And Japan win out 3-2.
Even though there were no scores, that was an exciting match.
Yeah, it was a good match. It was a good match. It's unfortunate when it comes down to the last man and he leaves it a little bit flat. He didn't give his best performance.
I'm scoring in all those matches. There was one ippon by An, and the rest was all penalties. That's how close this was.
Yeah.
It came down to a penalty apiece in a couple matches. That's it.
It was a good match. South Korea had looked good on their way, ripping through the field.
That is a young, scary Korean men's team, and they'll be back, and they are going to be good. They are already good. They've got a world champion and a couple contenders.